Look at that! It looks so old! Wow, do you think that box belonged to Grandpa? The old dusty box was big, so big that 7-year-old Noah would easily fit in it. I don't know, let's find out. Wait, we just can't open the box. What if there's adult stuff inside? So what? I'm 11 years old, Noah. This is like being an adult, almost. If you're scared, just go downstairs and help Mommy unpack. But Noah didn't want to go. The attic of their new house was full of surprises and exciting old things. And somehow, this box looked like the ones pirates used to keep all their treasures in. So after he stopped protesting, his older brother opened the box. The boys were disappointed to see only a bunch of old newspapers and other boring stuff. Oh man, what a mess, said Noah, already turning his attention back to the other things. Wait, here are some photos. Look how old they are, said Lucas. They look like they're 100 years old. Who is that man? Is that Grandpa? Lucas wasn't so sure about that. The man in the photo didn't look like his grandpa, who died 2 years ago, but he was standing in front of the very house they now lived in and where their grandparents had lived before. That must be his father, so our great-great-grandpa. Wow, the little brother was impressed. There's another picture of him. I think he's standing in front of the old hospital. That's not far from here. Looks like he worked there. Maybe he was a doctor or an orderly. What else is in the box? Noah asked impatiently after using his inhaler. It was quite dusty in the attic. The brothers kept rummaging around in the old box but found no more pictures. Lucas wondered why his grandfather had kept all those newspaper articles and started reading them while Noah kept looking for pictures. All these articles, they're about missing patients from the hospital and about the closure of the C wing at the hospital because of various incidents. Noah's eyes suddenly grew wide. Wow, who cares about the stupid patients? Look what I found. Is that gold? The small piece of metal actually looked like gold, and Lucas became jealous. Give it to me. I'll take a look at it. No, that's mine. Find one yourself. That was actually a good idea. If there was a piece of gold in the box, maybe there was more. Lucas searched frantically in the box, and when his little brother realized why he was doing it, he joined in. But they were unlucky. There was no gold left. Instead, Lucas turned his attention to something else. A piece of paper with a sketch he had painted on a building. Or part of a building. There was a line leading somewhere. It looked like a treasure map. There was an X at the end of the line. Next to it was written, "Door. Knock here." That was strange because the X was in the middle of a room. How could there be a door? Lucas, look. That's weird. I'm not sure I'm getting it right, but... The older of the brothers looked at what Noah had found. A small piece of paper that said, "Shopping list. 50 to 100 nails. 100 milliliters of penicillin. 1 heart patient. Doesn't matter what the condition is, but has to be a heart patient. Need it by Wednesday. Pay gold or diamonds, whatever you want. See ya." A friendly smiley face was painted next to it. Lucas got an uneasy feeling in the pit of his stomach. Had his great-grandfather actually sold patients for gold? No, that couldn't be. But then there was the gold Noah had found. Maybe he'd just gotten the medicine and nails. That had to be it. Lucas, I'm not comfortable with this. Let's put the box away again. You can have the gold, too. Are you stupid? This is a great opportunity. If this business that man was running still exists, maybe we can earn some gold or diamonds, too. What are you talking about? We can't kidnap people. Of course we can't. But we can get him nails, maybe medicine, and whatever else he needs. We have a plan, and we know where to find him. Or his successor. I don't like this, Lucas. I don't like this. Think about it. If we just make a little gold, we can help Mom pay the bills for Grandma in the old folks' home. Or do you want her to cry again like she did the other day? Well, we can go and see if anyone else from the shop is around, but only for a short while. To find out if the gold was even real, they gave it to their mother and said they had found it in the attic. They did not mention what else they had found. In fact, it was pure gold and worth almost $500. Their mother told them when she came back from the jeweler. Lucas looked over at Noah and nodded proudly. His little brother urged him to tell their mother where the gold came from, but Lucas managed to persuade him not to. They were the men in the house and had to take care of her, he said. Now that the authenticity of the gold was confirmed, there was no way around visiting the place marked on the treasure map. The next day they went together to the old hospital. A large fence with barbed wire had been drawn around the whole area. However, the brothers did not have to look for long before they found a hole through which they could slip. There were quite a few of them. They must have been teenagers who wanted to party in the abandoned building. They were both a little excited and maybe scared, but curiosity prevailed. The front door had been broken open years ago, so they had no problem getting into the building itself, and inside it was a bit gloomy and smelled musty. However, the signs were easy to read, and they found the C wing without any problems. Here, however, the large double door was locked and sealed with several thick steel chains. That meant they needed another way. Noah already wanted to go home, but Lucas wasn't ready to give up yet. They went out again and found a window that had been smashed. After climbing back in, they saw the locked door again, only this time from the other side. So they were in C-Wing. Perfect. Lucas took the treasure map out of his pocket, and they both followed the line leading to the X. The corridor and the rooms in the C-Wing smelled even worse than the rest of the hospital, and everything looked much older. Strange plants were growing in many places, and some walls were quite wet. "This is it. This is the room," said Lucas. "Okay, great. Let's go home now." "We're just going to check," you said. "Yeah, check. Have we looked yet, stupid? No. So let's go in there and look for the door. Then we can go home." When they opened the door to the room, the rest was easy. The X, what was marked on the treasure map, was also here, big on the floor, pretty much in the middle of the room. The brothers stood right on it, but there was no door to be seen nearby, only wooden wheelchairs. "There's no door here and no businessman. Let's go, please, Lucas." "He wrote you have to knock," whispered the older of the two. And that's what he did. He just tapped in the air and felt pretty stupid about it. Strangely, knocking on the air made the same sound as knocking on a wooden door. "What was that, Lucas?" Noah asked anxiously. "Come in," a voice said. The brothers fell forward and landed on the floor, but it wasn't the floor of the old hospital. It was clean and made of large blocks of stone, like in an old castle. And so did the rest of the room they were now in. Old paintings, tapestries, candles, and on the wall was a large old desk. On it was a candle, a quill, some ink, and a smartphone? The man sitting at the desk looked over at the children, a little surprised. "Where is Gilbert? Is he sick?" asked the man. The brothers couldn't get a word out. Was this the man who had given their great-grandpa Gilbert all that gold? "Do you speak this language? Habla español? Aratak?" Yes, we speak that language," said Noah boldly. "Wonderful. So, what about Gilbert?" "He died. About 30 years ago, I think," replied Lucas. Oh, I hate time. It's so fragile sometimes. So if Gilbert is dead, you both knew him and now you've knocked on my door. What am I to make of that? We thought that since our great-grandfather is dead, could we help you out a little? Said Lucas. Oh, I see. You found out Gilbert made a lot of money, and now you want a piece of the pie, am I right? Who are you? Have you been hurting people? Noah? Noah? What a pretty name. No, Noah, I don't hurt people. I experiment. I'm a scientist, and I make medicine. But I don't just want to cure any disease. I want to cure all diseases in every world. I hate it when people suffer. I just want peace. I'm the man of peace, I guess. Man of peace? Can we help you with your experiments? Asked Lucas. How kind of you. While you're here, let's find out if you have what it takes. Let me think. Bring me your mother's very favorite dress, the one she loves the most. How will that help you with the experiments? Noah asked. Bring me what I ask if you want to get paid. If you don't come back with the dress, you don't have to come back at all. Now, shoo, off with you. The man of peace made a gesture with his hands that they should leave, and they fell backwards onto the floor of the C wing in the hospital. Both of them had to process what they had experienced and didn't speak the whole way home. Only when they were back in Lucas's room did they start discussing what they were going to do now. Lucas was happy about the comparatively easy task they had been given, while Noah thought stealing from his mother was wrong. Lucas finally won the discussion because he told Noah they would exchange her dress for gold just for her and that she could buy many more dresses with it. So they sneaked into their mother's bedroom. It wasn't hard to choose which was her favorite dress. The red summer dress with the sunflowers on it she called terribly kitschy, but she had got it from her grandpa before he died. While they were stuffing it into the backpack, Noah had to use his inhaler several times. He was incredibly excited. The next day, they went back to the C wing of the old hospital and knocked on the invisible door of the man of peace. Come in! This time they were prepared and landed on their feet. Bravo! You boys are learning fast. What do you have for me? Lucas grabbed the dress from his backpack and brought it over to the man of peace. Now that he was standing right next to him, he could get a closer look at him. Actually, he looked quite normal. A gaunt face, dark hair combed back, and green eyes. On his black robe, which looked like that of a priest, he had a pin. On it was a simple smiley face. Around it were the words, Team Peace. What do you need the dress for, Mr. Peace? Noah asked. Oh, I don't need it at all, little man. I was just testing you guys. If you're going to work for me, I need to know you're willing to do whatever I ask. Stealing from your own mother is something most kids wouldn't do, but you two did, and from now on, you may really work for me. The things I need may seem a little strange to you at first, but it's for a good cause. So, you're on my team now. You are very welcome. I'm afraid I'm out of t-shirts, but I should have some pins. A small moment. He opened the drawer at his desk, rummaged around in it a bit, and finally found 2 pins, which he handed to the boys. They looked exactly like the one he was wearing himself, with his hands like he told them to put the pins on after all, and they did. You look great. Well, here's your payment. Next time there'll be considerably more. He flicked a small piece of gold over, and Lucas caught it. He was so proud. But now, back to work. I need nails. 50 to 100 of them. And a heart patient. Tomorrow would be good. Now, go. Again, he made a gesture with his hands, and the brothers fell backwards. This time they landed on their butts. A heart patient? Did you hear that, Lucas? He wants us to kidnap people. He's just trying to help them. I'm sure they'll benefit from his experiments. Are you crazy? Look what he gave us for pins. This man is totally nuts, and if we come back here again, so are we. Please promise me we'll never come back here. Please promise. All right, I promise. Around noon the next day, Lucas knocked energetically and excitingly on his neighbor, Miss Schran's door. Hello, Lucas. Miss Schran, you have to help me. My brother, we were playing in that old hospital over there and he got hurt. He's kind of stuck. Can you help me, please? Oh dear, of course. I'll call the police right away. Or would an ambulance perhaps be more appropriate? No, neither of them. He's not badly hurt either. If you call the police, my mother will know what we did and we'll be in so much trouble. Please, just come with me for a minute. The kindly old lady didn't want to get the boys in trouble, so she went with Lucas for now. A hole in the fence had been enlarged so that even an adult could fit through it without having to bend down too much. Lucas, I'm a bit old for this. Maybe we should call the police after all. What do you think? Please, Miss Schran, we're almost there. Please, don't get us in trouble. They went through the main entrance and out the door to C Wing. The chains were now beside the door. He's right over here. He led Mrs. Schran straight to the X on the floor. Where is he, Noah? Lucas knocked on the invisible door. Come in. The boy landed on his feet, but the old lady just fell on the floor, breaking her nose, which started to bleed. Ouch! Oh no, Lucas, where are we? What is this place? Where's Noah? Hello, ma'am. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. Little Lucas here is concerned about your health condition. That's why he took you to the best heart specialist in the whole multiverse. Oh, I thought the hospital closed a long time ago. Is this even the hospital? Don't worry about those unimportant details. Festus, my head nurse, will escort you to your room. A tall, exceedingly muscular man, probably Festus, entered the room. He wore a nurse's outfit that was far too small. His skin was strangely greenish and pale, and on his head he wore a paper bag with a smiley face painted on it. And of course he wore the badge that Lucas wore too. What? No, let me go! Lucas, run! This man is crazy! Run and get help! Help is already here, Miss Schran. Don't be afraid. You'll be fine, replied Lucas coolly. While Festus carried the screaming lady on his shoulder outside, Lucas took the nails out of his backpack and put them on the desk. That was great work, Lucas. You work even faster than Gilbert. I like you. I can maybe even see a bigger role for you on my team. The next thing I need is a lung patient. No special disease. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget your payment. This time it was a diamond. A big one, in fact. But Lucas was not happy when he arrived back at the hospital. Was he feeling guilty? He wasn't sure. Mrs. Schran really only wanted to help him, and he had lied to her. Later that night, when he couldn't sleep, he woke up his brother. Lucas, what time is it? Noah, I have to tell you something. I did something bad. I went back to him. Why? What did you bring him? Mrs. Schran. Are you kidding me? How did you even do that? Are you crazy? I know it was wrong. We have to help her. I know where she is. We can get her out of there and then destroy the X on the floor so no one will ever find him again. Please, help me. I don't want to go back there, especially not in the dark. But Mrs. Schran is there. We have to help her, and if I go alone, I won't make it. He'll find me and kill me. Noah didn't want his brother to die, so he went along. They went through the hole in the fence and through the door that was once locked with chains. Okay, I know he's not around at night, so just be quiet, okay? Okay. Lucas knocked on the door. Nothing happened for a few seconds. Then suddenly the brothers fell forward and landed back on their feet. When they looked up, they saw the man of peace. He looked confused. "What are you boys doing here? It must be the middle of the night over there. Are you going to throw down? I don't like quitters." The man of peace sounded angry. Noah panicked. "We're sorry, Mr. Peace. We didn't mean to disturb you. We just wanted... Yes, we wanted to... It's after midnight, so I would argue that you can call it morning after all." "What are you talking about, boy?" asked the man of peace, who was now even more confused. "Well, I'm bringing you your lung patient. Bronchial asthma. You said no specific disease," said Lucas emotionlessly. "Lucas, what did you do? Lung patient, what did you do?" Noah started to cry. Oh, don't worry, little Noah. Festus will take care of you. And Lucas. Wow. Festus came in and gently grabbed little Noah, who wasn't even struggling, on the shoulder. Festus really was a caring head nurse. "Lucas, you can't leave me here. I hate you. I hate you." "Festus, take him straight to treatment room 4, please, and get me those nails. 50 to 100. The head nurse nodded and closed the door behind her. "Lucas, I'm so proud of you. We need to talk about your career. You can get bigger diamonds. You can even have your own room here. Oh, and of course you get a t-shirt too. There's a bright future ahead of us. Let's talk." Hey, horror fans, want to know more about the Man of Peace and our self-written story universe? Then subscribe and click here for the next video.